what is invitational education? I have a simple answer. You ready? Exactly what it sounds like. What would you expect an inviting school to be? Wouldn't you expect the place to be aesthetically pleasing? Wouldn't you think the people to be polite? Wouldn't you think the programs to be decent and caring? Wouldn't you think the process to be democratic? Simply say, it is an inviting place for people to be. But you know, words are slippery. If you ever seen a coin that's been used and used and used, and all of a sudden you can't even make out the date, that's how words will wear out. And so this morning, rather than talk about words, I'm going to try to color code your school. I'm going to spray the people and the places and the policies and the programs, the process. I'm going to go in like Ghostbusters. Everything, because everything counts. And the way to do that, to color code, I have to use some audio visuals. And although I don't know anything about PowerPoint, I know absolutely nothing about it. I thought a laptop was an exotic dancer. What do I know? I thought PowerPoint was an electric pencil sharpener. But I do know colors. And so this morning I'm going to put magic glasses on you. And once I put these magic glasses, you will never be able to take them off. And the rest of your life you'll be walking around with these glasses. They are magic glasses. So the color of the card represents raw, pure feeling. This is one of the few times in your life where you'll be able to look at raw, pure feeling. That's what this is all about. So orange and blue cards. Now to give you a little background, let me illustrate by starting off in life. When you were born, you had absolutely no knowledge that we know of. You didn't know who you were, or what you were, or how you were, but gradually, filament by filament by filament, you moved into the vacant, vast surroundings, as the poet said. And so from the time you're born, about 30 seconds old, you're collecting cards. What is this? And what is that about? What does this taste like? And who is this? And what, when, why, where? What, when, why, where? You begin to put knowledge and little bits of information. They begin to pile into your brain, first by the dozens, and then by the hundreds, and then by the thousands, and then by the hundreds of thousands. Hundreds of thousands of little. In a lifetime, you have a storage capacity of over 25 billion bits of cards. 25 billion little cards you have in your little computer. And you're collecting cards, hundreds of cards. What's this? Who am I? Who are you? What do I feel like? What does this taste like? Cards come in. Then no matter what cards you put in, the dozens, the hundreds, the thousands, the hundreds of thousands of little bits of information, no matter what data, no matter what information, no matter what knowledge, no matter what content, the cards, every card is one of two colors, blue or orange. Everything is a signal system. Everything tells you who you are and what the world is like. And so the color of the card does not represent a football team. It represents a deeper, significant feeling of what it's all about. It isn't the knowledge. It isn't the content. It's the context. So let's pause a moment and explain what these cards are all about. First of all, and John kind of gave a little quick view yesterday, let's talk about blue cards for a moment. Blue cards tell me that we're able and valuable and responsible. Blue cards tell me there are lots of things in this world that I can love that will love me in return. Blue cards tell me my feelings are important. And blue cards tell me that just because I can't do it well doesn't mean I shouldn't do it. And blue cards tell me that just because I do something well doesn't mean I have to do it all the time. Blue cards tell me that I'm able and valuable and responsible. And my feelings are important, that I am important. And I am of some import in this world. And we spend our lives fishing. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of all? Jesus Christ kept walking around saying, who do they say I am? Who do you say I am? And every child in every classroom, every teacher in every school asked exactly the same question. Who do you say I am? And it's the answer to that question that determines what they become. But unfortunately, we live in a binary system. Orange alert! Orange alert! Eat dirt! Orange alert! Eat dirt. You ever been given an orange card? If I tell you you're not very bright, not very smart, you're worse than your brother, you don't even have a brother. Whatever a hospital should be, it should not be a source of infection. Would you agree to that? You don't go to a hospital to get sicker. Whatever a police department should be, it should not be a source of crime and corruption. Would you agree to that? Whatever a school should be, it should not be a source of orange cards. Did you read this morning's paper? Over 300,000 Chinese committed suicide last year. Over 300,000. Nobody commits suicide because they want to die. People commit suicide because they don't want to live like this, which is entirely different. Orange cards. Orange alert. Either. So what we have to do is figure out a way to change blue to orange, orange to blue, and not only recognize the beautiful things that are already being done, but the things that could be done. So let's stop preaching and go to meddling. After all, we're educators. No spitting. Now, how many of you have been spitting? We're not spitters. Why would we debase the entire beautiful place because you can have a picture of clear water? I mean, absolutely crystal clear. Drop one drop of iodine and watch it turn to a bloody flux. That's all it takes, folks. You can have a magnificent building, and all it takes is one little drop. And so you have to be obsessed with invitational education because you know that one little thing can make all the difference in the world. Signs on buildings. Since we're shopping, how many have been shopping already, huh? Have you ever gone into a shop and see a sign like this? Your meal is free if you do not get a receipt for your meal. Huh? See that, folks? Huh? What they're really saying is that we do not trust our employees because they'll scam money if we don't do something about it. So you have to have a receipt to make sure it's paid. If they don't trust their employees, why should I? What do you think that cook is doing to the soup in the kitchen? I don't want to even think about it. And the point that I'm making so far is that everything in your school counts. Every way we do it and everything we do adds to or takes away. So you have to be totally obsessed with this. The one thing that everything in the school is measured against, and that is, does this make a school more inviting or more disinviting? Everything else is measured against that. So what we talked about so far are orange and blue cards, but it's a kind of a metaphor for talking about the deeper feelings that take place in every school. And I think Betty is far better than anybody I know to talk about feelings and what really happens in schools. So you all love and know Betty Siegel. Where's Betty? Come here, please. Where are you?
The whole concept of the blue and orange to me is one of the most provocative aspects of invitational education. Because every day we send off messages about who we are and how we feel about our world. And Neil Postman said it beautifully. He said that children are the living messages we send to a time we will not see. I think that's good. Shall I say it again? Neil Postman, in a book called The Disappearance of Childhood. Children are the living messages we send to a time we will not see. I think the cruelest fate in the world would be to outlive your children. I think in terms of multitude, the number of orange and blue cards, that's why I'm so indebted to Purkey. I think the concept of the invisible price tag is rich. That we all come into the world with an invisible price tag. And the invisible price tag says, I'm Betty Faye, hot stuff. My mother and daddy love me. I'm going to be a teacher, all that. Or we can say, I'm Betty Faye, damaged goods. Child of coal miners, no hope, no promise. Grandfather killed in the mines, uncle killed in the mines. That's my life. My point is that we are given cards. How strong it must make us, and how sad it takes so much time to make it by ourselves, is to undo those orange cards and to pick up blue cards, sometimes when they're not even given to us. Have we picked up a lot of blue cards here? Oh man, have we not? When we look back, oh Cleo and all the others, How many blue cards you have sent to us? Strong invitations. I like it when you say that you care enough to send the very best. Hallmark, you know that card in the States? They've got a Hallmark in this hotel, in this shopping center. What's the logo of Hallmark? Come on! When you care enough to send the very best. And so today I want to compliment our host, all the blue cards. We haven't seen an orange card yet. Yes.